Think of the most annoying thing that's ever happened to you in Pokemon Go. Like spinning a stop with a full item bag, or trying to click on a rare Pokemon with a Team Go Rocket grunt in the way. After 6 years of this game being out, we have all experienced plenty of these moments. And I asked Twitter what we as Pokemon Go players hate, to see what really pushes the buttons of us trainers today. Like one that I've struggled with every time it comes around, having to earn a heart with your buddy 30 days in a row for research. We saw this quest during the Apex, Lugia, and Ho-Oh research in Pokemon Go, and I definitely missed a day on the way to 30, and it was soul-crushing. Like imagine diligently getting your way all the way to day 25, then I don't know, not playing video games and enjoying other aspects of your life, and bam, you're back down to 0. See you in 30 days. Obviously, the best way to do these kind of quests is to set a daily reminder for the next 30 days, which is exactly what I had to do because counting on my memory wasn't a good strategy, I learned. Now wait, I wonder what Jake thinks. Jake, what's the most annoying part about Pokemon Go to you?
Trying to catch Galarian birds. 100%.
Have you ever gotten lucky friends with a player that you've never met in your life? It's an exciting feeling, until realizing you'll never meet that person and never complete that lucky trade. And unfortunately, there's no way to distance trade with your lucky friends. This is something that players have requested since the Lucky Friends feature was released, especially since friendship is the #1 way to gain XP in Pokemon Go, which really incentivizes the feature and incentivizes getting the best buddies. So it makes sense to reward getting to best friends and beyond, which is Lucky Friends, with maybe, I don't know, distance lucky trades? But probably not. I think we can all agree the trade animation is too long in Pokemon Go. For example, Jake and I, let's do our special trade for the day. Okay, Jake and I are gonna shiny swap a Dino. How long will this trade take? Let's see. Okay, timer's on screen, all right. I can't speed up the animation, okay, and there's the thing, it goes, all right, shiny Dino, and Jake? God, what an L. All right, not bad. That took too long. Jake, thanks for the trade. Cheers. And that was just one trade. You can trade up to 100 Pokemon in a day. That would take years, which really disincentivizes players from doing it and trading a lot, which is like a big part of this game. The whole thing is specifically super odd because this is pretty much one of the only features in the game that you can't somehow speed up. I can't imagine how hard it would actually be to implement a feature like with the eggs, where when an egg is hatching, you tap on the screen and it hatches faster. I'm sure they could implement that same exact thing for trading. You trade a Pokemon, tap on the screen, it speeds the animation up. One word. Keldeo. Or even 3 words. Galarian Mr. Crime. What do these Pokemon have in common? They were imprisoned behind a paywall upon their release. And it's one of the most annoying things that happens in this game. We can all get down with exclusive Pokemon behind some level of a paywall like raids, like legendary Pokemon, and we're even fine with shiny baby Pokemon being locked behind eggs, like Riolu. But man, nothing is more annoying than an extremely mid Pokemon, like Galarian Mr. Mime, being locked behind a mid-research storyline with mid-spawns that you have to pay like $6 for. If you're gonna charge us for having the chance to catch a Pokemon, at least make what we're paying for worth it. Like with Keldeo, at least it's one of the best fighting type Pokemon in the entire game. So although paying for it probably wasn't 100% worth it, at least you're getting something good. The most recent example is actually the first ever paid Masterwork research that was a part of the Hoenn Tour. Although technically, since all the tour events in the past have been paid events, so the Masterwork research was paid as a part of those, I guess. The Hoenn Tour was free this year, but if you wanted that extra Masterwork research with that shiny Jirachi, you had to pay an extra $5. Was it worth it? I guess we'll find out. Gifting in Pokemon Go is a honestly really cool feature, but one that takes forever to do. Having to tap into a friend, click to send a gift, select the gift, hit send, exit out of the friend, click into the next friend, and so on takes so long. It's a very long process, even though it's only 20 gifts. It would be infinitely better if we could just mass send gifts to our friends. Imagine clicking down and holding onto a friend on your friends list, and then just selecting up to 20 people, selecting the gifts that you want to send, maybe throwing some stickers on them, and then bam, all of your 20 gifts have been sent out for the day. Honestly, I would send so many more gifts if this was a feature. Because listen, man, I'm kind of lazy with certain things in game, and slowly having to send 20 gifts every day is definitely something I'm lazy with, and something that I don't do. The Team Go Rocket balloon feature is honestly one of my favorite in the entire game. Being able to get several guaranteed Team Go Rocket encounters per day at specific times Super convenient, especially since these balloons can be both Giovanni, the team leader, and Team Go Rocket leaders like Sierra Cliff and Arlo. But this feature does not come without its downsides, because the thing I know for a fact we have all struggled with is when trying to click on some rare cool Pokemon in the wild and then accidentally clicking on the rocket balloon that just happened to float right where our finger was going. It's like these balloons have like a tracking system and they know exactly what we're trying to tap on. Truly though, a small price to pay for a great feature. How many items do you think you dump in a day? What about a week? How many times have you had like 15,000 Pokeballs, but your friend has none and really needs some? It would be life-changing if we were able to trade items in Pokemon Go. Now, I understand kind of why this isn't a feature. It would make going out and exploring for more items kind of unnecessary in a lot of instances, which kind of fundamentally goes against why Niantic made Pokemon Go. They want people outside and exploring. But still, it's definitely annoying to dump super duper valuable items like silver pineapple berries or golden raspberries because you're full on them when a close friend of yours has none and could really use some. And what about evolution items? I literally have too many evolution items because I hoard them because they're so rare. And I'd love to be able to trade them to people who really needed them to get certain Pokemon in their Pokedex. What is the most annoying Pokemon you have ever caught? And why? Most likely it's a Pokemon like Zubat that just drank 15 cups of espresso and won't stay in one spot on the screen for more than 3 seconds. It's a part of the game, and honestly, it's fun because it gives each Pokemon like a little bit of personality. Dude, is it annoying to try to catch a Pokemon that just won't stay still on screen. More specifically, Pokemon that slide left to right. Even more specifically, legendary Pokemon that slide left to right, like Kyogre. There's nothing more annoying than knowing that you're going to lose a legendary because it won't stop going from left to right. You can't hit an excellent throw, you can't even hit a nice throw, and it just won't stay at the center of the screen. I don't know about you, but over the years, I've completely lost the patience to sit back, wait for the legendary to come back into the middle of the screen, and then do the animation so I can guarantee an excellent throw. Man, I'm just chucking balls at this point. If Kyogre is set on just chilling on the right side of the screen, well, I guess I'm just gonna throw great throws and not catch it, which is exactly how I felt during the Hoenn Tour when I had like 3 Premier Balls after every raid. I had like a 30% catch rate on Kyogre, if that. Which brings me to another thing us Pokemon Go players absolutely hate. No balls. Running out of balls is one of the most frustrating things ever, and it happens in a couple of key ways. Obviously, it happens during legendary encounters, which always hurts, especially if you just did a raid with a bunch of people that you're not high-level friends with, and then you enter the encounter with like 5 or 6 Premier Balls. But I've heard plenty of horror stories of people who have found super rare Pokemon or shiny Pokemon in the wild, and then simply just ran out of balls trying to catch it, which means they would have to exit the encounter, run around and try to find a Pokestop to spin, and then go back into the encounter and hope the Pokemon is really still there. I actually remember back in 2016 on the Santa Monica Pier when we all hunted rare spawns, there was someone who I was with who had found a Lapras at the end of the pier, which back then was more rare than finding a shiny. And while trying to catch it, because it was super hard to catch, they ran out of balls and then had to run down the pier and up spinning Pokestops to get more balls, went back into the Lapras encounter and actually ended up catching the Lapras. But I guarantee you that person will never forget that experience because really of how stressful that was. And I'm sure we've all been there at some level. Don't worry, Go Battle League people, you literally are not allowed to be left out of this video because GBL has probably the largest amount of just frustrating bugs and glitches that have never been fixed. But one that has been consistent since the launch of the feature is the notorious Go Battle League lag. This is basically when you're in the trenches of battling it out against another trainer, and then your game just lags super hard. You can't tap to do damage, you can't put up a protect shield, you can't use your charge move, nothing. You're just frozen in time while your opponent is just freaking wailing on you. This is easily one of the most consistently frustrating parts of the Go Battle League, and a big reason why a lot of people don't use the feature or have quit the feature, which is super unfortunate because in the world of Pokemon, battling is a really fundamental part of it. We all spend a ton of time and even money creating a super duper awesome collection of really cool Pokemon, and being able to efficiently battle with them to take all of our hard work and duke it out with other people is a really cool concept. But unfortunately, the one way to do that, the Go Battle League, just isn't as smooth as we all would like. Are there other things that really annoy you in Pokemon Go? Leave them down in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and check out these other 2 videos on screen. They're fun too. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.